Hi. Um, it's the second time recording this. I recorded for like about 40 minutes, and I noticed that my audio wasn't really recording. So, start again, I guess. Um, Fuck. Okay, how do I start? Well, first of all, uh, it's kind of weird how this whole video started because for a while, I've been wanting to like record videos and stuff like that. And actually like take my art seriously. But it's a little bit more difficult. Let's see. How about we start where it all began 2 days ago? I found a mirror that I had from when I was a kid. It was a really nice mirror. I always really liked it. It was really pretty, small, you know. It's a mirror. You know, I'll put up a picture here. I had already stripped off most of the paint, and yeah, like it's just this really cute mirror that I could never bring myself to throw out. And seeing how my mom didn't have a mirror in her office, I thought it would be really nice to like revamp it, clean it up a bit, and like give it to her. Originally, what I was gonna do was just clean it up with some alcohol and like make sure it was like pretty and like do a few touch-ups. What ended up happening was that when I started cleaning it, the paint started coming off. Like it was just 70% alcohol wipes or whatever. And yeah, I basically couldn't just like do some touch-ups. So I started to think, oh, it would be really nice if it was just like a wood mirror frame with a few touches of paint and stuff like, and like a few cute designs. I ended up just deciding to file it down, and I did. It was something. I had to like stop and remind myself I'm doing this for my mom. She's gonna love it. I just wanted to do something nice. She was coming back from a business trip, and yeah, it seemed like a really good opportunity. I was able to take it apart. It was rather easy to take it apart. I took out the mirror. I barely touched it because I know myself and I'm gonna fuck it up. I just know that I would be able to like break the mirror. And I did not want to have to go find the mirror and like make sure it fit perfectly or like get a custom mirror or whatever. So yeah, it was actually very tedious to end up filing everything down because the paint was very thick. That's when I noticed this is gonna take a long time. And when I took it apart, it had a few nails sticking out, which is how you were able to like put the two pieces together and make a whole mirror, which you can probably see here. It was actually a really nice process. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. Like the first time that I recorded this, I had a lot more energy. I was, you know, more charismatic. But after recording for like 40 minutes and then hearing it back and hearing that you couldn't really hear anything, kind of slowed down my process. But yeah, where was I? Because this is gonna happen a lot, okay? I'm not the best at telling cohesive stories or linear things, but yeah, I filed it down and it was so much filing. You know, typical me stuff. You wouldn't know. It was my first video, so yeah. Welcome to the mess that I do. I don't even know what I'm gonna end up calling this video when I'm recording this. This is after I actually finished the video or finished the mirror. And yeah, this is gonna be the intro or something. I don't know. You know, who needs planning, right? So first mistake there. I didn't really plan out a design. I just kind of started doodling, and like I went off of the first idea that I had, which is never the best. Or like sometimes it could be the best, but like most of the time you have to like refine it and do doodles and like sketches of like actually planning it out. And did I do that? No. Should I have done that? Yes. Am I too lazy to do that? Yes. Did I learn anything from this project? I mean, yeah. I learned a lot of stuff. Like, for example, I never plan shit out. I'm really, really bad. I like going in, taking my time and everything. No, I'm impulsive. Why? Because I know I'm gonna forget shit. So, instead of forgetting it, fuck. They're backing up a lot. What the fuck? Did they back up my whole street? Sorry. Anyways, okay. Back. I need to concentrate. Okay. I ended up. Whatever you My dog's here. Sorry. Yeah. So basically, my mom just came up. That's why my dog came up with her. Okay, sorry. Getting distracted. Okay. Where did I leave off? Oh fuck. I don't know. After I had filed it all down and started just doodling or sketching the design onto the wood itself, I started noticing, well, I actually like just did a really simple geometric design. Again, it was like the first thing that came to mind. And like I said, I'm a very impulsive person because I know that if I don't do shit when I think of it, I'm probably gonna forget to do it. Or if I don't write it down or whatever. And this time I was like, you know what? I have extra time. I can do this. Fucking let's go, right? But yeah, first mistake there. Didn't plan out the design. Didn't sketch anything down. I just started doing it on the wood itself. Then I like, it was just like, oh, I think gold would look good. Oh, I think this and that. And I would just start doing it on the piece of wood. Or on the mirror frame, basically. Not only did I basically spend like 4 hours probably working on that design that I wouldn't even end up using, but I just made myself more work and more filing to do the next day because I wanted to finish it at night that day. I was too lazy to do the designs, to like actually sketch it or anything, and it didn't look good. Okay, I ended up doing a light wash of water of like water of white paint with a little bit of water so that like you would still be able to see the wood grains over the whole piece. I didn't end up filing the sides because it was just too much work, so I just didn't. I ended up doing the wash, like sketching the geometric design, which is like a very basic design. It was like a triangle. I mean, you're probably gonna see it right now or see it throughout the video, but it wasn't my best work, let's just say. And it had, like, I had never actually painted a mirror or like redone something, so keep in mind, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, okay? Just remember that whenever you see me fuck up, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I doubt anybody really knows what the fuck they're doing unless it's their actual job, and even at that, sometimes you gotta do different shit, right? Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I ended up finishing the design and it ended up looking like this. I did the whole gold plating. I had the two pieces separated. I really didn't like the design, and it also wasn't even my style. You know, it was just like a design that came to my head, and I just started doing it, and it ended up looking really bad. I also messed up putting on the gold flakes. So yeah, at night when I had finished the gold plating and everything, and I had to do the second piece, I was really tired, so I just decided, you know what, like, I wore myself out, I'm probably gonna be able to sleep. And I was able to sleep. When I woke up and saw the fucking mess that I had made, I hated it. It sucks. Sometimes you're in the middle of a project and you really want to give up, you know? Like, for example, I've done most, like, all of the graffitis that are up here are mine. I've done them. And you can tell when I had a sketch done and when I didn't. Like, you can actually tell. Like, I'm looking at the monitor right now. And, for example, this fish right here, I sketched it out. Sketched it out so many times. I planned out the colors. I planned to actually do a second one with the colors in, like, reversed. I didn't end up doing it, but I ended up doing this one, and I'm so fucking proud of how it turned out. On the other hand, this fucking squid doesn't really make sense. Tentacles aren't really the same size. Like, I could just go on and on about how I didn't fucking sketch it. And honestly, I remember waking up and feeling like, you know what, I did this to myself. All I can do is keep on working on it. Because I reminded myself, this is for my mom. She is the kindest person that I know. She's really sweet. She's fucking awesome. Like, genuinely. And I just wanted to do something really nice for her. I knew that she has a lot of flowers, and that she's more of like, you know, she likes the botanicals, she likes nature a lot. She loves taking pictures. She takes amazing pictures. I'll probably leave her Instagram down below if you guys want to follow her. She's really good. I wanted to revamp this, not only because it was like, I didn't want to throw it away. It was a perfectly good mirror. So I ended up scrapping the design. I went back, I filed it all back down, removed all of the gold, started again. And sadly, when you do projects like this, when you don't plan things out, or even when you do, sometimes the medium just doesn't work for it. Or like sometimes things don't work out and you gotta scrap the design and start anew. And I mean, it's understandable. I was just really tired, but at the same time, again, I remind myself, this is for my mom. She's gonna fucking love it. She's gonna hang it up today, for example. Today she's going to her office and she's gonna take it with her and hang it up. Or maybe she'll just put it on top of a table. I don't know. It's hers now. But yeah. And so I filed it all down and I painted it all white because I knew that at this point I couldn't do just the wood. Not only because it was too much filing for me to do, or I'm not experienced enough in this. So I kind of just flung myself into this project. But it ended up great. It was a fun project, you know? So, and out of all of this, this video came out of it. So either way, it was fun, you know? And I just had to remind myself that, like, it is worth it even if I don't plan it out, even if I have to file it back down. For 60% of this project, I literally filed it down. I fucked up my hands filing it down because I don't know the correct way to do it. I just started doing stuff. Okay? And you're gonna see this in my channel a lot because I'm not a planner, and I know that when I get inspired, I'm gonna start getting in the zone and doing it. When I'm not, I'm gonna forget to do whatever I thought of doing. So, welcome to my channel, I guess. But let's get back. I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's get back to the process itself, because once I had painted it all down and like made sure it was like a decent coat of white, I actually started sketching some ideas. I started sketching the two pieces, how I wanted them to fit together, the different designs, and I felt like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do that. You know, I didn't end up doing that. Okay, so listen, my art style and my way of doing things is very chaotic. Is very, what do I feel looks good in the moment? Am I up to the challenge, or do I know I'm already exhausted and I'm gonna fuck it up? So, how all of this started was basically, well, how the beginning of the end started. Basically, was that, okay, I had finished filing everything down. I didn't have to file anything else. I started painting everything white. I had to wait for it to dry, but meanwhile I was sketching, I was trying to figure out, and then once everything dried, I started actually drawing on the wood. I mean, it's a really nice mirror shape, you know, but it has a lot of straight edges and everything, and so I wanted for it to like kind of flow. And so I did. I started sketching, and then after I had finished all of that, I would then add gold. What ended up happening is that in real time, while I was just blocking it out, looking at it through the monitor, because the camera wasn't able to like capture a bunch of the like sketchy or like sketches that I did with pencil, so you would only see white and the pop of green. Seeing the shape of the leaves by themselves actually looked really nice. So I ended up erasing like once I finished blocking out all of the leaves, I ended up erasing everything. Like every other sketch, in the sense of like the flowers that I had drawn that I was going to start painting after I finished the leaves, because I ended up really liking how the leaves turned out. I'll put a picture here. I don't know if I have a picture. I'm also like new at this, so some of the process I just completely forgot to record. Yeah, great, right? I just erased everything, or so I thought. We'll get back to that later. But I started doing some new designs of, or like for example, because I was planning on adding flowers, some of the leaves just stopped, you know, so I didn't want it to look that way. So I just ended up like finishing it up as if it was the end of the leaves, and it ended up looking really good. Um, I was actually really happy, and so then I started rendering all of the leaves, putting in the highlights, the shadows, making sure like the way they were folding and everything kind of made sense, you know, but I wasn't really going off of a reference. It wasn't like as if I was going to look up the like the specific leaf that I was drawing, because it's just like a little doodle leaf. I don't like, it's from my imagination. So I would just imagine as if the sun was coming from the top and it was just hitting the top of every leaf. And yeah, once I finished that, I was like, damn, this looks good. You know, this is actually like coming together. I can actually do this. And because I was painting, which is the part where I enjoy more, the process of like doing something, it went by really fast. Once I had finished all the leaves, I still wanted to incorporate the gold, and I feel like, you know what, fuck it, it's the worst that could happen. And actually, nothing bad actually happened. I was actually super happy. The gold lines, because I ended up doing like these rings going behind or in front of the leaves to give it more of depth. I don't know. It's just like gold, white, and green looks really good. Green and gold is a really good combo, just in general. And I ended up just drawing these little doodles, or these little like organically shaped rings, I guess you could call them. I was kind of worried because the first design that I used gold in, I really fucked up the gold. I ended up smudging the glue, so it wasn't really a line. It was more like a smudge, and like, it just, I had flashbacks type of thing, and I didn't want to mess up because I had already painted everything. This was really important for it to go well. Like, I was so happy when the first ring ended up really well. It was great, and so I did that for every little ring that I had drawn. And then it looked like I was about to finish it. So I got really excited. I erased everything, or so I thought. And then I came up here and started varnishing it. I varnished it like 2 coats, I think. And then I noticed there were a few sketches that I had forgotten. You know, this is where I'd like tell you, before you varnish anything, just check that everything that is in the painting that is supposed to be looks good and everything, because you're sealing that bitch in there. If there's anything that you would have liked to erase, yeah, you can forget about doing that. So that was great. That was fun. And so I ended up varnishing in the sketch, or some of the sketches, because it was like almost as if I like, oh yeah, no, this looks good. I was checking the varnish, and then I turn it a little bit, and I'm like, fuck. So yeah, I did the only thing that I could actually do, and is basically just go down, get some white paint, and just blotch it down with my finger, make it as smooth as I can, make sure I don't leave my fingerprint there, and actually block out all of the sketches that I had left, because it was like a little bit, just little tiny bits that you would notice 100%. And so I did. I waited for that to dry, and then I sprayed it down again with varnish, and with all of my mistakes hidden, most of them, and it actually looking good. I was really excited, it was fun. It was a fun project, even though, like, looking bad at, for example, the floor that's like full of dust and all of the things, and like my room being a mess itself during this project. It was actually fun. And so I could put it back together. Wow, my accent really came out there. But yeah, I could put it back together, and I would basically be done. Because in my head, I'm always like, I'm about to be done. I just have to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. Easy. I cleaned up the mirror. I placed it back into like how it fit before. I pasted it down. I ended up putting in a new backing. I'm pretty sure I used some extra watercolor paper that I had laying around. And I didn't have it like the full length, so I had to use 2 pieces. But it worked. It was fine. It looked great. I was really happy with it. And yeah, I had basically finished the mirror. I glued all the pieces back together, and I turned this old mirror that I used to love when I was a kid into a mirror that my mom could use. So, without any further ado, fuck, is that cliche? Should I do something else? I don't know. Here's the final product. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll stop talking now. Bye.